the worksheet with the hot and warm colors and the cool colors, and you guys created filled in those circles with warm colors and cool colors. Again, with that, you don't have to have different hues. Maybe, for example, you have a couple different pinks, but you have variations of those pinks. So after you're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to complete this bottom of the worksheet, and we're going to look at this image here and recreate it on the right hand side. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually use this warm and cool color scheme. So we're going to use warm colors and apply them for our highlights and the color of the ball. And then we're going to use our cool color scheme to create the shadows of the ball and really bring this to life, make it look very three-dimensional. So to begin with, we're going to create a new layer. I actually have a new layer, so I'm going to have my new layer highlighted, okay? And then we're going to go to the shape tool, and you're going to choose the circle shape tool, okay? Now mine's way up here at the top. You might have to zoom out if you're zoomed in. And then we're going to, right now it's not drawn, but we're going to get it lined up perfectly and move it right into that drawing that we have on the bottom right of the screen. Okay, once we have that, I'm going to pick some kind of warm color, and I think I'm going to use red. If you want to use a different color, that is fine, but I think I'm going to use a bright red for this example. And then I'm just going to click fill, and I'm going to use a vector for this. Okay, so now I have this red circle. What we're going to do is we're going to actually copy this layer. So if I click on that layer and hit copy layer, oops. Oh, actually, sorry. If I click on that layer and click duplicate layer, you can see now I have two red circles, okay? I'm going to work on that top circle, and what I'm going to actually do is click here at the bottom that says select, and it selects this circle, this red circle on this layer. Now you could tell it's selected because you see these little dotted lines running around that circle. That's actually, we call it the marching ants. So the marching ants are walking around that circle, and what's going to happen is we're going to use the brush tool, and when we apply a new color, it's going to only fill what's inside that circle, inside that selection. So let me show you. Let's work with a pixel brush today. So I'm going to click a pixel brush. I think I'm going to try maybe charcoal. Okay, and I'm going to try charcoal pencil maybe. Okay, charcoal pencil. And what I want to do is I want to pick a little bit cooler color of this. So maybe I use like more like a purple with it. And maybe I'll drop the opacity down just a little bit to 70. And let's see here. I'm going to apply it here in kind of like a arc motion in the middle, bottom middle of that circle. Okay, and you notice that it just applied inside the marching ants. And then what I could do is I can take a lighter color. Maybe I grab a warmer color such as orange, and I think I'm gonna keep the opacity the same, but maybe bump up the size just a little bit. And I can place it here in the middle like that. And then I'm gonna maybe even go with a little brighter color, play it right here in the middle. Okay, you can see it's starting to create a little bit more dimension to it. Okay, and you might have to redo it. If you have to redo it, that's fine. Okay, just repeat those steps. And I'm going to maybe come back with maybe my red color. Okay, and I'm going to drop the opacity down even further. And I'm going to kind of go over some of what I just had here to kind of blend it together. Maybe I come a little bit back with my purple again. So, working back and forth a little bit. Maybe go back with my orange. Kind of play around and give that dimension. So you can see that I almost created this more of a three-dimensional shape, this sphere, out of this two-dimensional surface, this circle. Okay, play around with that. See how you can play around with your warm and cool colors, and apply that into inside of a circle. Okay.